Rob Smith Media here, and I'm joined with George Staines. He prepares to take on Hafeni Nafuka May 17th at Octagon. George, how we doing, mate?
I'm very good, mate. Very good. Yeah, it's just a normal Monday, really. Fight week, just chilling.
And so, talking about this fight, what do you know about your opponent? And what do you think about the matchup?
Um, I think is the for as of now, it'll be my biggest test today. Definitely will be at a pro, maybe not amateur. I think I fought better opponents at amateur. If I'm being brutally honest, he's good, but he's good at what he does, which is just hold people on the floor. Do you know what I mean? That's what he does. Um, and I think it's a great matchup for me. Do you know what I mean? I am a grappler, but again, he's a grappler, I'm a grappler, but I'm a much better grappler and wrestler. Like if it hits, as soon as it hits the floor, it's just like he should want to keep it standing. Essentially, is all I'm going to say.
Well, you mentioned there about your probably your biggest test at pro today. He has got over double the amount of fights you've got. Do
Yeah,
you believe his experience will play any factor in the fight?
no. If you actually look at actual fights, I've had more fights. Like
Yeah.
I've had 17, 5, 22. I've had 22 fights. Did as he did as I don't think he's got an amateur record, has he?
I couldn't see anything on Tapology and all because he was the pro.
So like obviously I know it is different, but again, a fight's a fight. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if we're actually going off, he's had 12 fights. I've had 20. I've had 10 more fights than him technically. So I am the more experienced fighter out of the pair of us. Um, I think the mate. I don't like. I just think it's a very favourable fight for me. Like I don't even think the experience will come into play. Like again, Jacob Chakota was more experienced than me. He's been main event twice. Fought for the last two fights have been title fights. You know that really is a bigger step up in competition fighting a title contender.
Mhm.
A weight division down. So obviously, it was the weight division down, but he lost to Keita, who is the lightweight champ currently. And again, I say I beat Jacob just as dominantly. I nullified him completely. I didn't finish him, but Nafuka did finish him in the fourth round. But Jacob did also have a broken collarbone in that fight. You know, like he couldn't finish someone with a broken collarbone until round four. I demolished him. In my opinion, I thought I 10-8'd him every round because there was nothing back. Do you know, he didn't do anything back. In my opinion, that's a 10-8. That's dominance, damage, and control.
And so you mentioned how he's also a grappler like yourself, and what you see with a lot of grappler versus grappler matchups ends up being a striking match. Do you believe this could be the same?
No, I think he'll be shooting for the hills.
Mhm.
As soon as we get in there and sees how big I actually am, I think he'll be scared and shoot. Um, if it does, like again, if it does end up being a striking match, I'm much taller than him. It's going to favour me. Do you know? I think he's 5'9". I'm 6'1". You know, I'm pretty tall. And again, the thing is with my striking, it's a complete unknown. Like it really is. Like I think you saw it for what maybe 30 seconds in the Chakota fight. You know, it's not really great. No, you can't break it down in great detail. Whereas Nafuka, there's a lot of striking footage on him because he gets stood up all the time. When he takes me, he stands you, he gets stood up, and then obviously he's quite small for a quite small in height for a lightweight. It takes him time to shoot, but he shoots from a mile away every time.
And so you mentioned there about your size. Obviously, you are very tall for the weight class. 6'1" is tall for any lightweight. And then, so do you cut a lot of weight for the fight? And how's fight week sort of treat you with that?
No, I really the weights come off me really nicely actually. But I'm like the thing is I'm still really fuel. I'm still looking big. Like I'm standing next to like Pat. Oh, Pat's pretty big at the moment to be fair. But like I'll be next to Cullen and I'll be stood next to him, especially like when we're grappling and wrestling. I don't feel a strength disparity or not like any more than usual. You know, considering these guys are in camp. Sorry, out of camp. Big. I'm in camp light. I really don't feel no size disparity really, or strength disparity especially.
One thing you mentioned earlier is one thing I wanted to bring up was your amateur career. You had like one of the best, most impressive amateur careers that I've seen in a long time. And so one of the things that impressed me the most, and I do a lot of work with amateur mixed martial arts, I work with a lot of promotions, and the one thing I always stress to the fighters is activity.
Hmm.
Activity is the most important thing, and testing yourself. Don't be afraid to lose against someone who's you might think is a step ahead
Yeah,
of you. You can't be afraid to lose against these guys. And I think if you want to be the best and you want to, yeah, if you want to go pro, there's a good chance you're gonna have to fight that same guy anyway.
I completely agree. I think I've tried to carry it on into pro, being as active as possible. I just can't get no one to fight me. That's literally that's the downside, which you don't see at pro at amateur sometimes, because at amateur where it's just like, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight him? Yeah, yeah, sound. Whereas at pro, it's obviously like, do you want to fight him? Do you want to fight him? Yeah, but let's talk about the money. Let's talk about location. Let's talk about dates. You know, it's not the same, which I still think gets talked about enough, especially for like amateur to pro, especially when you're fighting on these bigger shows. You know, because a lot of people won't fight because the money's not right or something. Because again, I get it. People got families to feed. It's your job. You need to be getting paid right. Um, but yeah, activity is just the main thing because I think you get better in the cage as well when you're fighting. You make adjustments, and and I think you really know whether you're meant to do it because like say you'll maybe have a step up, maybe someone that should have beaten you, but if you rise to that occasion, you'll be so much better for it. And I feel like that's what I did for a lot of my fights. Like a lot of the maybe to the middle of my career were like still didn't like think I was that good and like still like slept on me, and I was the underdog for a lot of them. And then I rose to the occasion every time and put it on and beat. And I've literally only lost my last amateur fight, and again that was more mentality than actual skill set. 'Cause I beat the kid already.
And so one thing touched on there was like sort of like the politics and the business side of MMA. And so do you get you'll understand it a lot more than someone like me who's I'm an outsider.
Yeah.
So can you kind of explain what kind of goes into it? Because I guess it's not really something that's ever really talked about.
So like for this year's been a bit of a tough one getting an opponent. I won't lie. So I wanted to first fight in. I'll go back before the new year. I wanted to fight on the 7th of December. But again, the Oscar was like, "Oh, you said you didn't wanted a rest," and then I was like, "No, I didn't. I wanted to fight. We've got the messages to prove it." And I was like, "Oh, we'll get you on February 22nd," and it got pushed to the 8th of March. So again, 2 weeks apart. Why would I care about 2 weeks? 2 weeks extra I get to eat. Like, and then I got offered top of lie, tear me down. I'm just like, how can he tear me down? Do you know what I mean? He's more experienced than me. He's got more followers. Like then Robin Frank tear me down. I'm just like, again, how Robin Frank hasn't even fought in Octagon yet. He's getting the priority over me, but he's tearing me down. Like in my, I'm just like, how does that make sense? He's not even like he's got a big social media following. He has like 1,500 followers. Like he's not that big again, but it's because they were fighting in Germany. They wanted the German guy on the card, but he fought Dennis. Dennis muffed him. Karma. Like, do you know what I mean? It'd have lost either way. Do you know what I mean? It could have lost to me, or he lost to Dennis. And then I had about 4 or 5 different people turn me down for that March 8th card. And then Nafuka got mentioned. He said, I won't do March, but I can do May. And that's kind of like where everything got left. And obviously, it's happened now. But again, at pro, you can't be turning fights down. Like, you
Yeah.
can't be. It's so wrong. Or if you are, you should be like, right, Octagon should be like, right, we'll put you aside, prioritize George. Because everyone we've offered him, he said yes to. And that's not an exaggeration.
So do you think with Octagon, like you said, you mentioned it, do you think they kind of favor like the more European guys, like German, Czech Republic sort of fighters? Do you think they favor them a little bit more?
I don't think it's the favour. I think they just want people who are from that place to be on
Yeah.
to sell the tickets, which again, from a business sense, makes a lot of sense. It is a business. Business wise, it makes a lot of sense. But for a fighter as myself, who obviously I can't speak German, I can't speak Czech, I can't speak Slovakian. I'm not as a big a draw over there. But when obviously they came over here, I was a bigger draw.
And I was going to ask you about that because Octagon, I can't remember the last time they came to the UK. It has been quite
April,
a while.
April 21st.
So does that ever like frustrate you having to like constantly having to travel for fights, or do you not really mind?
The traveling is not really a big deal for me personally because, like, really, I'm getting to see the world.
Yeah,
I think it's a pretty cool aspect. Like, before I had my first time off, I'd actually not been abroad since the first time I went abroad was when I was 3 or 2, and I hadn't been abroad since until I did the IMAF. So, like, it's kind of cool that I'm getting to see the world while fighting. I think that's a really cool thing that not many people can say. You know, like Munich, I've heard amazing. Brno, I'd have never gone to Brno, but it was an amazing place. You know what I mean? Bratislava, loved it when I was out there for the Octagon Challenge. Serbia was a bit rough, but it was all right. And then Italy, I loved being in Italy. So again, these are places that you never really go because they're not massive tourist destinations, but you get to go, which is really fun.
and I'll touch back on the amateur record. There was a name when I was doing the race. There's a name that stuck out, and he's gone to have a very successful career so far in cage roys. That's Teddy Stringer.
Yeah.
That win has aged incredibly well because he's now undefeated in cage roys. He's looking like one of the. He's part of MMA Fight Academy now. He's doing very good things. What did you make of his success since that fight?
He's doing very well, isn't he? Like, obviously, we're both doing our own bits. You know, I'm on Octagon. He's doing Cage Warriors. We're both doing our own. You know, we're on our own paths. You know what I mean, towards what we want to achieve, and I've, he's doing well for himself, isn't he? But like I say, it has aged very well. I like Teddy. Like, when we've done the IMAF together. I really like him. He's a good kid.
And you train at one of the best gyms in the country, like probably even in the world, next
The
gen.
the best.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
the best gym there. Sorry, we'll cut that out. The best gym.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like I say this every time I interview a next gen fight. I don't know what the guys are feeding you over there, but you just next gen just keep just winning and winning and winning. I don't know what it is. What about next gen do you think makes you guys so successful?
Obviously, like, I'm new to the gym. Like, relative to everyone else, like your Paddy, Luke, Cullen, I'm a lot newer than them. But obviously, I've got experience from travel training in different gyms, and I can compare very well. So, like, the
Mm.
way we train MMA is so much different to everybody else. Like, we train for MMA, we don't train kickboxing, grappling, wrestling. We do everything. Like,
Yeah.
we do we're doing striking session, yeah, but we're like, so you do this, 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 and it can make you maybe get you for a double leg or maybe open it for a right hand left hook. Because obviously you've got different styles in the gym. And one thing that they always say to us when we're doing the drills, make it your own. Do you know what I mean? I might be with Big Ben Petches Kelly from the gym, partnered up with him. He's a bit more of a boxer, where I'm a bit more of a wrestler. So Ben would choose to, choose the boxing route, whereas I might choose to maybe add an entry there or a double leg. Do you know what I mean? Again, we've everything's like tailored towards our own. It's not just like this is the blueprint. Everyone has to be like this. It's everyone's very very different. And again, you got a mastermind like Paul Rimmer. You know, I've never really talked to anyone who can break it down as well as him. Him Ellis and Vent. You know what I mean? They're all phenomenal coaches. And again, the coaching staff we've got is next to nothing. Zero to is it second to nobody. That's the word I'm thinking of. Second to no one. Like, the way we break things down, and we're always learning. You know, like, if someone loses, we're going to learn from that. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we're going to keep doing the same thing and hopefully it works next time. We're going to be like, no, where did it lose? How did we lose that, and where can we improve from? Rimmer does it all the time, especially like, say, when obviously Nathan and Molly unfortunately lost, UFC London.
Yeah.
The Monday and the Wednesday was breaking it down already. Right, this is
Mhm.
what they didn't do. This is what we need to do, which is how you need to be.
That Nathan fight was a bit of a strange one because I was looking up to cover the event. I was there live, and I personally had Nathan win that fight. I thought it was a bit of an odd one.
I think he did.
I
um,
think,
yeah, I'm biased because I'm his teammate.
of
Uh,
course, but I think the fact that Lochran has now been cut,
yeah,
I think that
shows.
kind of shows. Yeah, it does show what the UFC were kind of thinking with that fight.
Yeah, Nathan. I haven't met anyone without biased who thought Nathan lost. So,
Yeah.
like, again, I mean, like, people on Instagram like saying, "Oh, Kalen smashed it," blah 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 blah. But anyone who had like a neutral footing in it was like, Nathan clearly won. He did the most damage Because again, the whole new criteria is damage over control. If it was the
Mhm.
old criteria of control, Kalen would have won, but it's not anymore. It's
Yeah,
and Nathan, and to be fair, even in the control department, Nathan had that full second round on his back,
yeah, literally.
punching the shit out of him.
And you share. I'm not too sure. I guess I can speak to you about this. You were meant to be on the card with your teammate Shamrock. I see. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure what's happening with this fight. I've been seeing that potentially there's something signed. Do you know anything
yeah,
about that?
I do know, but obviously it's for Shem to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As long as we know he's on the card, that's the
No,
main thing.
as far as I'm aware, he's on the card. He flew today, actually, did Shem.
Right.
Shem's he should be in Munich now.
Oh
Just
wow,
doc-
quality.
yeah,
So how happy to be sharing the card with Shem?
it's cool. It's cool. Shem's a cool one to share the card with. Especially like say, like we're both different styles of grapplers, but again, we're both grapplers, so it's cool to like. Obviously, when we're in camp, we can talk to each other about that, and it's a cool like vibe to have. Just like to bounce back off, like in terms of like when we're training, we're going through it with each other. We're putting in the same effort. We can really. That's why I like being at the gym at Next Gen, especially because when I was at like I said Hit Squad in Hull, there was no really people fighting at the same times as me, and I was doing it on my own. It felt like, whereas at the gym at Next Gen, it's like everything's we're doing it, everyone's together. But again, that goes with having more pros, more fighters, um, and it's one of them. It's not sharing the card that's nice; it's the sharing the camp, which is the
Yeah.
nice bit. Knowing someone else is going through that weight cut, the hard rounds, the am I training enough? Blah 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 blah. It's nice to share that with someone else.
And one question I always ask the first person whenever I interview them is, why do you fight? How did you end up here?
I just like to batter people. No, I just like to throw hands, me. No, so I don't know. I just I do enjoy fighting. I think it's a bit of a miserable sport to be in if you don't actually enjoy doing it. You
Yeah, I can
know,
imagine being in the sport if you didn't like it. I think it'd be quite rough.
yeah, it'd be horrible. Um, So like short story short, basically, my dad got me into it. His mate owned a gym in Hull, got me kickboxing, and I'm just like, wow, this is really what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like literally since being about 10, I've been like, I want to be a world champion.
Mhm.
That's not even an exaggeration. He'll tell you himself. The owner, he's called Mel. He's like my second dad, but I did his head in when I was about 10 because that's all I'd ever say. I'll be world champion, blood, and I'm bringing it into reality.
And growing up and like right now, did you ever have like a dream matchup that's like one fight who you're like, I want to fight that guy one day?
I'd love to. Max Holloway is one of my favorite all-time fighters.
Yeah.
I would love to fight Max. I would be shooting though.
I'm not sure how favorable that'd be the fans, but you got to do what you got to do.
A win's a win. You know what I mean? A
Oh,
win's a
win
win.
is a win, of course it is.
My striking is getting better, but again, until it gets to that Max Holloway level, mate, who else would I like to fight? Um, I'd like to have a grappling match against Khabib.
Yeah,
See what
just to
that feels
retest
like.
yourself. Yeah, yeah. Because everyone says like Khabib's different. Like
Yeah.
it's one
Well,
of
I
them
know
ones.
DC said he's never actually seen him being submitted in the gym, which is a crazy stat if that's true.
Yeah, that is mental. I could see it though. I think
But
I'd love to just watch like I'd love to see Khabib do more like a grappling match. I don't. Has he ever done really done grappling matches? I don't really think I've ever seen one.
like him versus Craig Jones or something.
Yeah, just something
Like,
mental. I'd love to see
yeah,
something like that.
that would be like the biggest super match ever.
I know. I think. Obviously, it would never happen because they're basically brothers. But imagine him versus Islam if they weren't connected. Imagine that
That
fight.
it'd be phenomenal, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely.
I,
It'd be
th
viral. It'd be viral.
I think that would be the highest level mixed martial arts fight of all time. I think you
Yeah.
wouldn't get higher than that.
No, it'd, you'd be looking at like maybe John Jones versus Mighty Mouse if Mike they were the same weight. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
literally. Yeah,
The only other high level, like you're not gonna get two people similar weight that high level probably
yeah.
for a very long time.
And you kind of give me the impression that like I think you probably understand that grappling's not always favored with like fans, but you don't see, I get the impression you don't mind if like you make grappling exciting.
Yeah, I always say this. I feel like I'm an exciting grappler.
Yeah,
Like I always feel like I'm not just hugging. I always punch. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
look few fights, I'm always punching. Like, it's not very often where I'm not punching someone in the face. Like that with my last fight with Chikota, I'm pretty sure I've counted 50 unanswered shots at one point, which in my opinion is a finish. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
50 unanswered shots is like, what you doing, ref? Let's finish this. Let's this is over. Um, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It didn't get a finish, but I'm always looking to finish either with my hands, you know, like ground and pound or like open up for a submission. And I do want a ground and pound finish. It's one of the only ones I don't. I have lots of submissions, especially at amateur, but I only had one ground and pound finish. It was my debut, so I haven't had a ground and pound finish for a very, very long time. So I would like one soon.
Maybe we could get one this fight.
Let's see. Do you know what I mean? Some of the next gen magic might be coming out.
And I'm curious when it comes like to fight week, does much change with like training intensity? What's is there anything different with fight week?
The intensity drops off a lot
Yeah.
because it becomes about the weight more than anything. So
Mhm.
like literally, and again, it's injury limitation. So it's like a lot of striking drills and maybe some flowy grappling with someone you trust.
Mhm.
So like this morning that I just did, I just did the striking class in the morning, the MMA striking, and then just left it there. And that's pretty much me done for the day. Don't
Yeah.
really need to do anything else because again, my weight sound, I'm on low carbs, I'm on lower calories, and I'm drinking 7 liters of water a day. Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Christ.
it's rough. So it's more the fight week's more about peaking for that Saturday
Yeah.
night and just getting that, making the weight come off as easily as possible.
I'm always curious, when you're outside of like training and fighting, what do you do to like kind of entertain yourself? Do you play like you play video games? Do you do any other sports? What sort of things you
Uh,
into?
I play a lot of games. I'm a big nerd. I'm playing Fortnite right now just because, like, I just like you can get on with your mates and have a proper like good
Oh
chin
yeah,
wag.
Fortnite. It gets a lot of stick now. People see it as like a kid's game. It's not. Fortnite's class. I won't have Fortnite stick. Fortnite's
Yeah,
fun.
Fortnite's really good. Especially it's a Star Wars season as well, and obviously
Oh yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge Star Wars fan. Literally, I was just saying, oh shit, a minute ago, like I've got three Lego Star Wars sets there. I've got a load of Naruto and Jujutsu Kaisen pops in front of me. I basically just watch anime, Star Wars, and play games.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I wish I was back at my old house. I remember uni flopping them on, but I literally my room looks the same. It's just all pop figures and Lego. My mates
Yeah,
take the piss at me for it and say, "Oh, wait, that nice little toys there." I'm like, not toys, they're collectibles.
they're literally. As soon as I built my Lego sets, they don't get touched. Like,
Oh no, no. What? I'm curious. What Star Wars set you got?
how long have you got? So here I'm in Liverpool now.
Yeah,
So I've got Mando's N1 Naboo fighter,
nice.
which is pretty cool. I've got the Sith Infiltrator, the newer one,
Mhm.
with Darth Maul, and then I've got the 170 arc Starfighter. You know, the clone like Starfighter, like it's like
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like it's like a star. And then over there, I've got the buildable droidica,
Nice.
the Spider from Mandalorian, the Moff Gideon and Paz or Pre Vizsla, whatever it is, face off, and then a little like a buildable like started pit on the back. Then in
Nice.
Hull, I've got the UCS 8080.
Oh wow, that's like a dream set. That one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've
Yeah,
got
that's
the
class.
uh,
Wow. So
uh,
if we I want to. How long does it take to build a UCS? I've never bought one.
oh, they're all different. So like the 8080 was a long. It was about 21 hours.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a lot. It's like a commitment.
Yeah, and then the my latest one I did was the Jabba Sail Barge one, like one of the newer ones that just come out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that took me 13 hours, but I did that straight. Just did 13 hours straight.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, you see, you really you're Lego. Then you see,
yeah.
you're not no casual Lego fan.
No, no, autism overload.
Are
And
you gonna
then
get the new Django fetch ship?
I'm looking to get it. Yeah, I'm
I know.
looking to.
I see. I can never really justify it because I'm on uni wage. I don't even have a
Yeah,
job. I'm on student finance. So I was like, I put all my Lego points into the draw. I was like, please. And of course, I didn't win. Of course, I
yeah.
didn't.
I had I literally the 170 arc Starfighter. I pretty much got that for free because I had that many Lego points.
Nice.
I just was like, it's fight week. I literally got it a couple of days ago. It's fight week. Let's just get a Lego set. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too expensive. I got it for the May the 4th promotion.
Oh,
Um,
quality. Yeah, yeah.
what else have I? I've got the Mos Eisley Cantina. That's one of my favourite ones.
Oh, wow, that's a class one. Yeah,
Yeah.
such a good set.
And I've got the Razor Crest, not the big one, the like the play scale one.
Hmm.
The Ghost. Um, oh, the ATST tank. Do you know the clone
Oh,
tank?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice.
No, that's not a clone to ATST. That's my bad. I can't remember the name of it, but I've just got many Lego
Yeah.
sets. I've got too many pop vinyls as well.
Oh, I'm trying to offload a lot of mine now, to be honest. Like I've got like ones from like I went through a phase during like lockdown just buying like every like if I wanted it, I thought I was buy it. 'Cause I was
Yeah,
bored. And
I
now I've
just
got far too many.
I just get the anime ones.
Oh dear, I've got mainly Star Wars, South Park, and a
South
little bit
Park.
of Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball, lovely,
Yeah,
lovely.
I've just sold my I had a flocked Beerus one and I just sold it because it was worth like 70 quid and I bought it for
Yeah,
a tenner. And I was
I
like,
have. No, go on.
as much as I love it, I just like 70 quid's a lot of money right now because I'm in
Yeah,
uni, so I could use that money.
you're right. I've got a Khabib Nurmagomedov one.
Oh, nice. I've got some of the early UFC ones, but I've sold them all now. I had the Anderson, I had the Conor, I had the BJ Pettit, the first UFC ones.
Yeah,
I
I
think
have the con. I
I
have the
think I made
Conor
a bit
one.
of money on those, but
Yeah,
I don't know how much they're worth these days.
I think the Khabib one's worth 50, 60 now.
Oh wow, I have
Yeah.
to do some digging and see what I can sell.
So the because the 8080 that I bought retired at the end of last year,
Yeah,
brand new. It was 700 quid, but now for resale it's going for like £1,300.
yeah. The resale on Lego's crazy. I saw the UCS Death Star. I think it's worth like 4 or 5 grand now. And that's I've seen.
Yeah,
Have you seen the Cloud City, like the really old one? It's worth like ten
that's where
grand.
I know, I know
It's crazy money.
because of the Boba Fett in it because it's
Yeah,
the
literally that little Boba Fett just with the different leg printing. That is crazy. But I get it as a collector. And then
yeah.
Boba Fett's my favorite Star Wars character. I'm like, I
Oh,
need that Bob. Yeah, well, he's in my top three. I've got him, Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan. They're kind of all basic, but
wait, who's your number one?
oh, don't do this to me. Oh, if I had to pick right now, it's hard not to say Obi-Wan because I just feel like he's like the GOAT of Star Wars. He's like,
Obi-Wan's my favorite.
oh well, yeah. Well, there we go. That's yeah. Who else? Who's your top three? Then if you have to pick three.
Top three, canon or non-canon?
Ooh, we'll go non-canon.
So I'd probably go Obi-Wan, Revan.
Yeah, nice.
He's pretty cool, and he's like the
Yeah, it's
hero
so cool.
of like the Jedi. Um, Third, it's probably gonna have to be Vader.
Yeah, it's hard not
Yeah,
to pick Vader, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard.
but it's just
And
like he's the original aura farmer. Do you know what I mean? Like he's
yeah, literally, I went to
aura.
go rewatch Revenge of the Sith for 20th anniversary
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Oh, it's because I was too young when it came out, so that was like the first time I got to watch it properly in cinemas, and it was such a good experience.
Oh, it's better, so much better than watching it at home, wasn't it?
Oh, my mates always like, a lot of my mates don't like the cinemas, and I'm like, nah, cinemas is class. I love the
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah.
It's a different experience.
It's just like it's like literally you're just there watching the film. Like you're not on your phone. You're immersed in that universe, which I love.
100%.
Um, but yeah, it's just like he was never tempted by the like in terms of like Jedi's. He was like never touched by the dark side, and he had
Yeah.
so many bad things happen to him.
Yeah,
To
it's like he could have easily switched, but he
yeah,
never did.
no, that's why I love him, and so oh yeah, it's just so cool.
Yeah, we could talk Star Wars all day, but we
Oh,
really could
literally,
easily. I'm going to make this my final question because I don't want to keep you too long. I'm going to let you go and probably build another Lego set, another three. But
yeah.
right, what is your favorite bit of Star Wars media? It could be a film, series, anything like that. What's your favorite?
No way, man.
I feel like I've got two myself. I'll give you mine to kind of give you a bit more time.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
mine's my favorite film's kind of basic. It just is Empire. Actually, no, Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith.
yeah.
And then I love the Clone Wars series. I think the Clone Wars series is peak Star Wars.
if we're going off film, I'd agree Revenge of the Sith and series. I'd agree Clone Wars.
Oh, well, there you
Clone Wars
go.
is one of the best. I think The Mandalorian is the best live action.
Yes, 100%.
Um, but I loved Obi-Wan though as well.
I see.
Like the
I liked Obi-Wan, but I didn't love it. The last
so
few episodes when Obi-Wan and Vader fought, that was unbelievable. But I
that's
thought other parts I wasn't too fussed.
that's all I remember.
Oh, well, there you go.
I just remember the last couple scenes, like where like Anna, Vader's fighting. Is it the third sister? And like
Yeah.
literally just he don't even use a lightsaber. He's just boom, 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 using the Force to just push her away. I'm just like, what? This has never. Who uses the Force to fight in a lightsaber fight? And then, but in vice versa, that shows you Obi-Wan's power. The fact he has to bring out his lightsaber to fight him, and the emotional like even the emotional impact of Obi-Wan when like Anakin's mask gets cut
Yeah.
and then he's flickering in and out of Anakin and Darth Vader, where like the blue light shining on him when Anakin's speaking, and the red lights shining on him when Darth Vader's speaking. I'm just like, oh my god, I
Yeah,
cried.
it was so good, wasn't it? It was
Like
class.
you could tell Obi-Wan was so heartbroken by it,
Hmm.
and he was genuinely upset by the fact he thought he wronged Anakin, and
Yeah.
you can see it at the beginning how he was almost punishing himself at the beginning of it
Hmm.
for like destroying Anakin's life, and he was punishing
Yeah.
himself for that.
Well, George, I want to make sure you've got plenty of time to go enjoy your night, and I want to say this has been probably the most fun I've had in an interview because we've always done is talk Star Wars.
Hey,
But
if I did more interviews like these, I'd be much happier. Everything's always about MMA, Star Wars,
I,
anime, Naruto. Ask me away.
oh well, we'll have plenty more in the future, mate. And next time we'll do anime next time because I'm
Yeah.
not I like little bits of anime, but I'm a very casual anime guy, so you're gonna have to fill me in on what's the best.
Oh no, we could do a full one on Star Wars. That is completely fine by me.
Oh yeah, right, next one, Star Wars podcast. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Let's do that. I'm very
Do it,
happy.
mate. Well, George, mate, I want to just thank you for coming on, mate, and I want to wish you the best luck on May 17th. I can't wait to watch.
I appreciate you having me on, Robert. Thank you.